Greetings, everyone. Lisa here. If you go to sleep at night and you feel like you've done something, more than likely you have. We consider this that you work for the army of the Lord or you're working for the bad guys. Either way, I'm speaking to you. These theorems are based on Dolores Cannon's work, reading my Bible, and my own personal experiences. Now, when I talk about dream time, we're talking about awakening stuff. And when you go through your awakening and you go through, start meditating, and your thoughts run rampant, and then you get past that stage. It takes a little while to get there, but when you start seeing things in your third eye, then you're operating in dreamtime space. This channel is primarily for people who know absolutely positively they're working in dreamtime space. And the way you do know that is that you do wake up and feel like you've done something. I've been involved in something. I keep seeing the same people I don't know over and over again. A lot of times it's people you're quantumly entangled with. Some of them are friends and some of them are enemies. Now, today, once again, it is the 18th. Is that right? So we're in the phases of ritual bullshit. Okay. Hence, I have the pentagram showing. I'm also protected by angels and the Great High Lord in heaven, and it doesn't get any better than that. But when I first came into my awakening, I started to paint. I did that. It was inspired, and I just, did it. That over there is Esmeralda. She's one of my spirit guides. I have news from inner space and news from space, and this is really strange. I've got some very interesting, bizarre tidbits to tell people. Now, Spirit wanted me to talk to some of you ladies out there who are in the zoo. One is in the zoo, one isn't quite in the zoo, but they still target you. It's Paula Poundstone and Bette Midler, okay? Now, I'm told you get your vaginas pinched, not too dissimilar from me. So they want me to tell you what I do. So when you feel that sensation, you ladies are out there far enough in space that you can ask your spirit team, who's doing that to me? Now, to you ladies, they've told me, and I'm not going to say names because I don't want to start fighting another woman. I'm already fighting 3 or 4 or 6 to 12 women, okay? Because everybody wants Ben. This woman was affiliated or associated with Michael Douglas somehow. And somehow, I don't know how the fuck you ladies got involved, but she pinches you. That's as far as I can say. They want me to mention his name. What I do when these ladies do it to me is, if you've been involved in the court battle at all, I have them rip their clothes off, pull on their nipples, foam at the mouth, and say, "I'm Lisa," and then have them shit and piss and do all sorts of heinous things and roll around and everybody needs to fuck me because I'm Lisa and I'm divine. So they're saying for you to do to that woman, to say, "I'm Paula, I'm amazing, you need to fuck me because I'm Paula, look at my nipples, and have that person act insane, and then Miss Midler, I'm Bet, look at me, you have to fuck me because I'm Bet, and then this puts them in the category that they're going to go to an insane asylum, okay? So that's how I deal with it, and according to some of the divine masculines who talk to me, they say to me that's a better way to get them to stop touching you with that electronic weapon rather than beating on them, okay? Because I do that too. They don't like, and they're compelled. They're compelled. They can't, because they do the compulsion shit on you. You can compel them, and they can't not say those words, and it really upsets them. And then they tell the judge, "Lisa's doing this to me," okay? Matter of fact, one very famous woman, was going to report me to the police that Lisa Pacini did this to me, and then I went ahead and continued to extract her, like, so she had a seizure and screamed out my name in front of them, and whatever I was doing was happening in front of the police so they could say, I don't see anybody here doing this to you, ma'am. So like, know this is a technique and it works. Okay, so that's news from inner space. Do we have any other inner space stuff? Now I'm going to go to news from space. And yesterday, I went to Best Buy, and I went to look for and buy one of these, something, a removable something so I could put larger files and stow it away. I've got one, and it actually has all my videos on it that I've ever done. So I'm going to have to go through those and take some off, because I was just flummoxed at the prices for $200 and $300 for one of those things. That's absurd. And so I said to the guy, the guy at the store said, oh, this, that, and the other thing. I said, oh, so you mean Elon Musk? And he was a young guy. He said, exactly. Okay, so Elon Musk is fucking with us being able to keep things. That fucking guy. I hate you, Elon. I don't know how much you know I hate you. And I don't know if you realize that my hatred for you is spurring other people to hate you as well. And I'm glad of that. Anyway, so I talked to my son last night, and my son told me all about it. And because I said, son, look up this thing on Amazon, how much it is. It's $78 now. Well, I might be able to afford $78, but I'm on a very tight budget because Elon Musk won't let me get a job. Yesterday, I went for an interview. This is what happened. I'm not going to tell you where. And they used witchcraft and warlockery to get the person who was going to interview me so entrenched in what they were doing on the computer or something that they can't do it. So she never interviewed me and took my phone number down, which means now they're going to make that woman forget to call me back. But I'm just going to reapply. So that's what they're doing to keep me from having work, because they want me to be homeless so my inheritance can't find me. Now, I'm supposed to have an inheritance, which is a very large sum. So this is news from inner space, because we're talking about the manufacturing of, what's that stuff called? Like hard drives and stuff, or removable disks of any sort. So from in space, this is news from space, they gave me the name of a person. I'm going to assume this is a young man. A Jason Simpson, and you're at Caltech. They want you to reach out to me, because we're going to create, you and I are going to create new technology from space that will relieve this lack of data space. And we're going to fry Elon Musk's balls in a frying pan at some point, okay? So if Jason Simpson gets this message, you go, or you're part of Caltech and somewhere, I've got some information for you that'll blow your fucking mind, they say, and we'll be able to make hard drive stuff with alternate type of resources. Something new and different. And nobody's going to be able to fucking stop us. Okay, so that's news. That's the beginning of news from space. Now this one blew me away, because this came from out of the fucking blue. Val told me this story, and I'm going to read it to you word for word. Rush Limbaugh was contacted by the Federation Space, and he declined to speak on his radio show about their agenda of the United Federation of Planets and what they wanted to accomplish. They say he's done a serious disservice to the United States and all of America, and to all the Americans who listen to him. He has poisoned your minds and has done a significant disservice to this country. And he is part of the reason why we're in chaos. He's soon to be brought up on 3 counts, 3 charges, federal charges, for conspiracy against several politicians, and will be shown to have a sinister association with Elon Musk. And the reason why I'm putting this out here, and Valiant Thor wants it out here, because Elon Musk really is a sinister individual, and he has done significant damage to the Federation and to Valiant Thor personally. Now, when I say that Rush Limbaugh was contacted by the Federation in 1989, then again in 1993, and then once again in 2004. 2004 is the year my ex-husband Gregory reported on a website that he saw a UFO while cooking steaks in a snowstorm. He saw the Axiom. The Axiom flew over, and that was the beginning of my significant awakening. When 2005 rolled along, I was well on my way and got involved with some 11-11ers, and I ended up calling those son of a bitches snobs. Ellen DeGeneres was part of that group. Did I need to mention that? Do you care that I mention her name? And I think at this point she has finally disassociated herself from that group. But I'm going to tell you people, these people who teach you there's no such thing as sin, they're Satanists. And a lot of you are finding that out the hard way. The other thing I'm supposed to say is that the number 9 keeps coming up, October and 9. By October, and maybe by October 9th, 9 of you will have achieved salvation. And that's what they want me to say. Now, I have found out, should I say his name? Ben is a Catholic, but Ben's never been baptized. And unfortunately, it's a very sad part of his story. Ben needs to be baptized. Not so that he has to be part of any religion, but that act, and it could be the Catholics doing the water, or you get dunked in a Jesus church. What that does for us who fight in the army of the Lord, it's like a layer of rubber around us, to where their spell work, their charms, and their compulsions, you might feel them, but they can't grab that hold on you. Now, Ben went through, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, he went through enormous compulsions for the whole fucking day, and he's paid a hefty price for it. If you don't want to be compulsed by the enemy, and you've never had baptism, they recommend that you do. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to go to church every Sunday. It doesn't mean you have to say, oh, Jesus this and Jesus that. Because quite frankly, Jesus gets tired of that himself. Okay? Because you're supposed to honor the Lord. Okay? Jesus is an intercessor. If you want to pray to him, that's fine. I find it's best to just go to the big guy yourself. Now, the other thing they want me to bring up, and this is to some of you jailbirds out there. Thank you. There are some guys in jail who have been doing a fucking bang-up job scaring the shit out of some of these women. And I appreciate that. I love you guys more than you could fucking possibly ever know. And they like it that I say, my God says the word fuck. Okay? And I've changed some lives for people there. Now, the same thing goes for you guys. You don't have to go and tithe and be and do. But to get baptized, either way, whatever your preference is, for us who are older, dunking is probably the best form, and here's my reasonings why. Because a lot of us are older and we hooked up with karmic people. We've had sex with freaks who are into this witchcraft and worlockery who got us into our fucked up situations in the first place. So you don't know what kind of attachment's on you. After all, there's a very famous guy wearing a fucking cloak like this that's made out of human skin and shit. And they've done ritual over that man, and they were intending to do it over him yet again. And some of them are getting arrested today for this. The person who's caught with this cloak is going to go to jail, and they're not going to get away with it, okay? So you don't know what's been on you, especially if you like to party hardy and pass out and fuck people and, do shit, okay? Those of us who do shit, I strongly recommend you get dunked because you're totally immersed in the body of water. The people around you are going to pray for you. Jesus himself will be there, and God will fucking bless you. Okay? So that's my recommendation. That's all I have to say. Some short news from space and from inner space. God bless you all, and I hope this fucking trial comes out and is over soon, because the minute it is, I can get my money, I can meet Ben, and I can write my fucking stories without Elon Musk and Catherine Winnick stealing my fucking shit. And I'm waiting for Trent's zoo to get closed down. Anyway, the other thing to you ladies out there, since they're tapped into your mind and you ask the angels who they are, you can do all sorts of subversive, sick stuff. Like I sing songs to Sophie Hunter about what I'm going to do to her, which totally freaks her out. So you could do the same thing. It's psychological, okay? Anyway, we have the benefit of feeding them right back what they feed to us. Universal law, okay? And then you can always play the Elvis Presley song, Return to Sender, address unknown. And they hate that song. Sophie in particular hates that song. Anyway, peace out, everybody. Remember, I think you're effing amazing, and I truly do love a lot of you. Bye now.